Welcome to Relationship Reality with the Garlands.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications, listen to our cat meow in the background.
Enjoy.
Yes, and come join us and have this party with us and comment below. We love to talk to you. Yeah. Let's get into the episode.
Morgan decided to challenge Ben a little bit by taking him to a mermaid school.
I want to be a mermaid. I can't hold it any longer.
Are you going to go order?
I'm going to order a mermaid tail.
I knew it.
And I'm ordering you one too, honey.
Yay! We're going to be mermaids!
You are not that excited. Don't be over here lying to people. He is not that excited. Okay, so anyway, the Garlands are soon to be mermaids. Just like Morgan and Ben. And they had a very cute date. I love how Ben is up for anything. And
right.
He really, he really wants to make this work and he's in it.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And it was nice to see Morgan have fun.
Right.
And relax.
Yeah, that was nice.
Keep relaxing, Morgan. And then we saw
Kristen and Mitch.
Yes! I blanked out. And then we saw Kristen and Mitch, and they were cooking dinner.
Right. Mitch asked Kristen what her dreams were.
Yeah, and Kristen said that after a couple kids, her dream is to start flipping homes. And environmentalist Mitch shit all over her plans. And, I understand people have different opinions and different things, different beliefs, and that is all fine and good. We need people like Mitch because I cannot be that fanatic about anything.
I'm starting to see some trouble brewing in Kristen and Mitch land.
Yes. And kind of fundamental trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised.
Right. So I feel like let's just keep watching because it's going to be interesting.
Stasha and Nate sitting in a pool or a hot tub talking about where they are on the love scale. And Nate went first.
What did he say? A 4 out of 10?
He did.
You should be wherever you are. That's okay. Let's just preface that. That is totally okay to move slow. But I just feel like he just did not explain it well to her.
Yeah, if Nate had talked to Stasha the way he talked to the camera, he would have been much better off.
Yes, during his confessional, he really explained it so much more thorough than the way he said it to Stasha. And it was kind of...
Right.
Yeah. But she, on the other hand, I'm happy that Stasha is going all in with her heart, but she's being a little tough.
She needs to give him the space. If she gives him the space, he will get there.
And when he gets there, he is going to be die hard, head over heels, never looks back, amazing husband, amazing father. He's going to go all in on it, and it'll be amazing.
It will be, yeah. So, all she has to do at this point is be patient.
Yes. Do we think that's going to happen? No. Sorry, girl. No. Love you, though, for real.
Kristen and Mitch are having a conversation in the kitchen, and Kristen asked Mitch if he'd ever been in love before. And Mitch, in response to if he's ever been in love, described himself as a confused young boy. Mind you, Mitch is a 41-year-old man.
I just had to take several drinks. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a cop-out. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right, I don't know any better.
I'm just a little boy. It's a way to not take ownership of being a flawed human and a very flawed human.
Right. Kristen talked about how she was happy, but then they pretty quickly hit a wall when it came to a conflict with their values, and I don't think this is one that they can overcome. What do you think?
I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, and I just want to see it. Now we have Alexis and Justin, and they are answering the same question, the champagne and envelope question at the door. You know, how do you feel about love? Have you ever been in love? Like, what does being in love feel like? Conversations aren't going too well. And Alexis and Justin, kind of in the same boat, not going the greatest. We find out that Justin's people-pleasing goes way back with, you know, wanting to please a father who was absent, you know, thinking that it was something he was doing wrong. He had to keep trying to do something better to make his dad, you know, stick around and care for him. And it's really sad.
It is sad, and it's something he needs to work through because he's still doing it.
Therapy.
What's interesting to me is Mitch mentioned his childhood too, with wanting to kind of have a different life to the one that he had.
Oh yes, because his parents got divorced and it was like not good.
Right.
Yeah, it affected him.
Yeah, a lot. So it's like everyone is either like Justin carrying their childhood trauma with them, or they're correcting for it.
Yeah. And that is life, because we all got trauma.
Right, and the choice is either you continue it or you fix it.
My girl Stasha cannot let it go. I mean, they already had a pretty tough conversation in the hot tub / pool. Then it carried over into when they were back in the house, and her really trying to like dig in and get him to, I don't know, tell her what being in love is for him, you know?
Yeah.
Like she was just really like kept asking, kept trying to dig.
Well, and yeah, she was talking about how they need to have a goal. Like he needs to guarantee her that he's going to be in love by a certain time frame or something like that. And what she's not getting, what she's missing right here is that he is not there right now. And that's kind of where it ends.
Yeah.
Like now you need to internalize and you can have your own feelings about, like, on decision day, if he's not in love, then that might change my feelings. Well, that's cool. But now you need to get back to where you are now.
Right. And be in the moment and be like, you know, just living and growing.
Right.
Yeah, just, you know, being together.
Right.
And not really trying to think too far of how is this going to happen? How is this going to look? How are we going to do this? Because some things you just have to like take it as it comes.
Yeah.
You can't plan for everything.
You can't plan for it, and you're not going to convince him to love you or to say he loves you, to give you that validation right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Control freak Stasha. It's a problem.
It's date night, Friday night, it's date night, yeah!
Thanks for the musical interlude.
You're welcome.
Miguel is talking to his friend
Steve.
And I just don't like the painting Lindy in this Jekyll and Hyde kind of tone.
Yeah, you know, it bothers me the way that Miguel talks about her, where he said that the way she acted was a turn off to him. Like she's only there to turn you on, dude.
And she's only there to be one type of person.
Right, she's a whole person.
She's allowed to be upset. She's allowed to like have emotions.
Right. She's a complicated person, just like you.
Just like everyone. And you have to, in a marriage or any relationship that you want to work, you have to accept people that they're multifaceted, that they have different sides to them. And they may not be good or bad, but they're just different parts of their personality. And you kind of got to deal with it. It's called humanity.
Right. And those parts grow and change over time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I have. I've calmed down a lot, huh, honey?
Me too. We both have.
Yeah, we kind of have. We were a little ha-ta in the beginning.
Yeah.
Now we're tired. Now we're just like, yeah, okay.
All right.
Marriage.
Yeah. It's the best.
And his friend, too, co-signed it.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Like,
this friend group.
I can't believe she expressed emotions to me that were negative about you.
It was like no.
Right. She was actually being vulnerable and opening up and saying, look, these are the problems I'm having.
Right. These are things that are concerning to me, and I'm trying to figure out how to resolve them, and they hurt my feelings.
Right.
Like this standard of, you have to be prim and proper and perfect at all moments is not okay.
No, that's no way to live.
It's a no.
Next up was Kristen and Mitch.
Oy. Well, it started out great.
Did it?
Yeah, they sang karaoke.
Oh, right, they were having so much fun. I already saw some social media stuff. People loved Mitch's freestyle. That's all I have to say about it.
Okay. But it's so fun seeing them have fun together and seeing Mitch enjoy a hobby that really makes Kristen happy, and they both had a great time. And you know what a good time karaoke is. Matt, you are the karaoke king of Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
That is not true. That led us to Inauthentic Gate 2022 with Kristen and Mitch.
Gaslighting or no, that is the question.
I didn't think it was gaslighting what he was doing, but because he was making the distinction, which I understand. I'm not saying you're inauthentic, I'm saying you were being inauthentic.
At this moment, this particular thing you said felt inauthentic.
Right. Which is not a statement about you as a person.
Right.
So I understand that. But wow, Kristen did not take it well, and it was a really bad time to go negative for Mitch. It's the end of a night, you're having fun. He could have gotten home, they could have had some great sex, but instead he chose violence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was just why? Why now? Have a good night. Sometimes, listen, this is what you have to know about relationships. Pick your battles and pick your moments. Yeah. Sometimes it's just worth it to have a good night. Mm-hmm. And to just be you know what? Top to bottom, that is a good night. Whatever else is in the back of your head is gonna be there, because there's always gonna be something. Or else you're not doing marriage right.
Oh yeah, we need to talk later.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm upset now. Pick your timing. It could have waited to breakfast.
Right. He could have waited until the next day.
Yeah.
Brought it up. Much different conversation. And keep in mind, alcohol and arguments go together like alcohol and arguments.
Terribly. That one time in Mexico. No, I don't want to talk about it. I can't talk about it. I've decided that the theme of this episode of Married at First Sight is childhood trauma.
Yes. Ben continues this theme of dealing with childhood trauma.
I don't know what deep work these gentlemen have been doing. I don't know what new therapist or extra therapy sessions that they're giving each gentleman during this season, but it's working. Yes. Because this is the most open and articulate and moving forward thinking cast we have ever seen.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
Love to see it. And I really loved the conversation that Ben and Morgan had. And I really love that she was so affirming to him. She was like, I appreciate you for opening up. I'm here for you, whatever you need, however you want to move forward with this. I support you. I'm with you. The only thing I wish is that she would have gotten up and hugged him.
Just a little hug. A little hug can go a long way.
A long way.
Sasha and Nate just had another conversation about whether or not Nate loves Stasha, and if not, when will this happen?
This is the third conversation of the exact same thing in one episode. Like, Stasha, you have to let it go. You have to.
Like, that love is growing in Nate. Like, we can all see it. I think he can see it and would acknowledge that. But you are smothering it right now.
You are trying to force it, and you cannot treat love, your marriage, like you treat your business and make it happen. You can't make it happen. You have to allow it to happen.
Right.
And that's what Alexis and Justin did. They allowed it to happen, and boom, it happened really quickly for them. That how it happened for us. We allowed it to happen, and we fell in love very quickly.
Yeah.
But you have to let it happen. You can't force it. Oh, girl, she's killing me. She's killing me.
If she would just give him some space and enjoy their time together and show him why
she's amazing and why he needs to fall in love with her.
Right, just be herself.
Yes, the beautiful parts of her, and not this I'm gonna force it, because that is a defense mechanism. That is a wound. That is a trauma.
Yeah.
That is not a normal way to approach things.
So you think she's sabotaging this?
Yeah, perfectionism. Yeah, forcing it, being in control, being overly controlling and perfectionist that is a trauma response. That is a wound. That is not a normal state of being. We are beings of energy and flow. We are not beings of force and make it happen. That is a trauma response.
Lindy and Miguel just had another talk, and it's rough waters right now. I hope it gets better for them. Lindy could teach Miguel quite a few things.
So much.
If he would just listen.
Right? If he would just stop reacting from his past. Mm-hmm. He's basing how he's going to deal with her on the women that he's been in previous relationships with and got taken advantage of. Yeah. Because that's what it all boils down to.
Right.
Is that he's scared of being taken advantage of. If he goes full Miguel and just dives in head first with his heart like Lindy is doing, they would be just fine.
They would be, yes, but he's really blocking this right now and putting conditions on the relationship.
Yeah.
And he's got kind of one foot in and one foot out.
Yep.
And it's never gonna work if you're like that.
Yeah, it's just all fear, and fear is the opposite of love. So can't leave with fear. Gotta leave with love.
Love.
Alexis and Justin are having a cute little date on the beach. Very romantic. We stan. And, had a hard conversation. I just think that Justin has to be okay with Alexis saying things that he doesn't want to hear. Because it is her truth, and she's saying it in a very thoughtful way. And saying, no, if this was a normal situation, I'd be gone. But it's not, so I'm here. And right. I care about you, and I'm in this. And he needs to accept that part instead of dwelling on the fact that she would have ran if it was another situation.
Right.
That situation is never going to be, so why do you care?
Right. This is the situation you're in.
Boom.
And you've been messing up. Your dog attacked her dog. Mm-hmm. You didn't tell her that your dog had previous incidents. You didn't tell her that her dog was
throwing up blood.
Oh my gosh, was throwing up blood.
You didn't tell her, bro.
And not eating for 2 days.
You didn't tell her.
You're messing up.
That's the wrong thing to do.
And what's happening is you're trying to protect your peace or whatever by not telling her.
No, he's trying not to make her mad because he thinks if he makes her upset, she will leave him.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. And it's just not no, she will leave you if you don't stop doing this.
Right?
Please, Justin, stop.
You could make this work, but you have to work at it.
Yes, absolutely. So here we are with Morgan and Ben. Okay, Ben started off rough for me, but I am a Ben stan now. Like, Ben, if it doesn't work out with Morgan, come.
Don't call her. Don't slide into her DMs. I have access to all of her DMs. I get the alerts.
He does, it's true. I'm about to make a Finsta. No, just kidding. But Ben, fan. Yeah, because he's really he tipped the scales really quickly.
Yeah.
And he got really vulnerable, really deep, and encouraging her, like, hey, do you want to have a deep conversation with me today?
Right. Because it's gonna be awkward anyway, so may as well just awkward right into it.
Right. There's no easy way to bring up, like, hey, I'm wanting to connect with you. Like, tell me your childhood trauma.
Right. But yeah, continuing the theme, Morgan shared her childhood trauma as well.
And I really feel like they have turned a corner in the relationship. They have gone to a deeper level, a heart level, a soul level. And I really feel like it's only going to get better from here because they're both very thoughtful, genuine, kind, nice people.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has their shit.
Right.
But I feel like they'll work.
You can see something building between the two of them.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Here we are. The couples are together again. I'm liking this. It seems, so this is the pattern I think is happening. Now, I don't know for sure, but it seems like we do a week and it's separate couple stuff. And then at the end of the week, they get together.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
We get to see them all together and they get to share in that open environment. It kind of creates a whole new
support system.
There you go.
That's what
I was saying wrong words.
Well, I have the right words, baby.
Ooh.
But it was really cool. And this time it's with a new expert,
Yes.
Dr. Pia, beautiful clinical psychologist.
Yeah, she was pretty cool. She gave great advice.
Yes.
Like,
she helped them each to task, like with Alexis and Justin, you know, his thing about when he doesn't feel like he's understood perfectly, he shuts down, and that freaks out Alexis. Like, she did not mince words with Justin and held him to task, but also was like understanding about where he's coming from.
right.
Right, which is, you know, the mark of a great therapist.
Yeah.
And so they have to work through that. Then, oh God, with Kristen and Mitch and the shirt gate. The shirt, we didn't even talk about the shirt
Oh my
gate.
God. Just wear the damn shirt.
My God.
What is wrong with you?
Look at him. He's wearing a matching shirt to me. It says king.
Yeah, you may not be.
And I'm his queen. See? There's nothing wrong with just wearing the freaking shirt. Look at him. He's happy as a clam. And you can get these shirts at dozeland.com. Bing. But yeah, it was just like, it's such a bratty move. Like, dude, you have to compromise at some point.
Get over yourself.
She is going to head for the hills if you don't, like, compromise. Like, you're not going to be in any relationship and only be able to do you, boo.
Right.
Like, that's just it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of the couples got off easy, really.
Oh, no.
I mean, Stasha and Nate had their issues explored, but that's what this therapy session was for
Right.
for them to just lay it all on the table,
Mm-hmm.
put it out there, and find better ways to deal.
Communicate. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think did that go well with Stasha and Nate?
Not at all, no, obviously, because they went back to the apartment and continued to argue, and
Nate was hot.
yes,
He
he
was
started
upset.
off by saying, "I'm irritated." And then he proceeded to show that he was irritated.
And get more and more and more and more irritated. Which, I mean, it's kind of warranted because Stasha is just being a little bit unreasonable.
Right.
She's like, if it's not happening on her exact timeline, then it's bullshit. And that's just not fair. Everybody, we're all individuals. We move at different paces. And you have to allow your partner to fall in love with you. You can't be like, if you don't love me, you don't love me, you don't love me, you don't love me, love me, love me, love me. You know, you have to just like let it be. You know, be a little bit flexible.
Right. It's that it goes back to if Stasha were just being Stasha and living, he would fall in love with her easily. But she keeps pushing the same thing throughout this whole episode, and that's what's pushing him away.
Absolutely. And he put his foot down.
Yeah.
He was like, listen, you are pushing me away. He pretty much said it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to stop trying. You said actions speak louder than words. So if my words don't count and my actions don't count, why the hell am I going to keep trying? And he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a little validation. Every partner needs to know that whatever effort the other partner is giving is acknowledged and valued and, appreciated. Because we've had that where I feel like you're not acknowledging that I am making an effort
Right.
to be less yelly. It's hard. I'm loud.
Morgan and Ben were showing progress during the group session.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see, but that devolved very quickly with the end scene where Morgan was running out of the apartment saying Alexis
Had told her everything. And that Ben is talking shit about Morgan and she found out and Ben's like, what did I say?
Right. Like, huh?
But I don't like that Morgan's not being upfront and saying, you said this, you said this, you said this, and I don't appreciate it.
Because I think what's happening is Ben is talking to his friend Justin about the things going on in his relationship.
As you do with friends.
Yes. Justin is telling Alexis these things.
As you do in a marriage. So, what an interesting episode of Married at First Sight. We completely enjoyed it. We can't wait till next week, because next week are the 1 month anniversaries.
I know, I can't wait.
So there's always a little fun stuff happening. And then, of course, I don't know if you saw this, but the previews, they are on a party bus with a stripper pole. And there's like booze. So it's going to be a good time.
Right. Yeah. Bucket list. Party bus with a stripper pole.
Oh, I know a guy. But thanks for watching with us. This was Relationship Reality with the Garlands. And we will see you next time. Bye.